What I'm noticing this time to Gaza, maybe more than the last 4 visits, is when you're in a hospital and you see these little girls and boys with the burns, with the shrapnel, what shrapnel does to a body. I'm not just seeing that now, I'm hearing it. You hear children screaming, you hear that blood-curdling scream from a little girl or a boy because there is such a lack of painkillers. So somehow they've survived an attack, and then hospitals, despite doctors and nurses doing 24-hour shifts, they're not getting the painkillers they need because they're denied entry. On the amount of food that Gazans are allowed now, it's a clear breach of international humanitarian law to use starvation as a weapon of war. Now, whether or not that gets legally determined, the point is that agencies like UNICEF, World Food Programme, we know we are getting through a fraction of what children need right now. And that is having a devastating effect on their nutrition at a time where there's 90% of families in the Gaza Strip are water insecure and sanitation systems are being destroyed.
Tala, she's 8. Tala's mum asked me to share her story. Let's get this story to those with leverage to stop this war. Tala, every time I walk through these hospitals with wall-to-wall children like Tala with the injuries from airstrike, my mum asked me to share her story. Let's get this story to anyone with leverage to stop this war. Let's look at little Tala. These are the children. It's another airstrike, it's the same thing you've heard a million times, but I'm just realising.
Every single child in Gaza requires mental health support. This is not an exaggeration. This is a population who have been seen systematic deprivations, who everyone has lost a family member, who've been forced to move 3 or 4 times. So it has become an unbearable situation for parents, and parents know that. There is something deeply troubling when a child looks into their parents' eyes and realises that that parent can no longer protect them, and when a parent realises the ability to protect their child has been taken from them. There are innumerous horrors and atrocities occurring here, and most of them are falling squarely on little girls and boys.
One you really wanted to. That's it. And then
Famine is a statistical definition. When famine occurs, it's too late. We have mass death. Starvation, on the other hand, when a child's body slowly starts to shut down, that's occurring. So children's bodies are not waiting for some statistical definition. So nutritionally, every time it gets worse. I don't think the world recognises enough what displacement means. What displacement means from your home. The number of people who've explained to me that home, by definition, is a place you feel safe. No one's safe here.
now when I come back, I met a little girl in NASA, and I'm starting to see her home was bombed last month with her aunties. So now we are seeing events that no one should ever imagine.
The ceasefire was 600 trucks a day, humanitarian and commercial, 400 distribution points. That's humanitarian aid, going to where people need it. An organisation like UNICEF was going door to door for malnourishment. Ceasefire gets hostages home, lets aid flow, and allows mums to say to their child at night time, I promise you you'll wake up tomorrow morning. At the moment, no parent can do that. I think it's dangerous to compare them. In my heart, a child is a child, whether it's in Sudan or the Congo or Haiti or here. All these crises are being ignored. We have a funding crisis where we're seeing some of the most desperate situations, lifelines for children suddenly lose funding. So for those mothers, for any parent, their child is the most important thing in the world. But yeah, I've not seen anything like Gaza.
There's a dark irony. Yes, vaccines are life-saving. That's what UNICEF. And then if hospitals can function the way they're meant to do it. So it's not enough that see vaccines the same way they see education. Right at the top, they'll do anything.